Dear Jerry, I want to move out of my house with my boyfriend, but my dad is the type to believe that I need to leave the house married. What is the best way to address this issue? How should the conversation go to not disappoint him?
Okay, I'm trying to process it. I think that you're not giving me enough information. I don't know if you're 16 going through this. I don't know if you're 26 going through this and where your dad and his concerns are. Look, I'm a dad, obviously, because you guys call me dad. My biggest concern, and I'm sure your father's not any different, is the welfare of you, to make sure that you're in a good place. And I think that if you are really seriously looking at moving out with your boyfriend, that you're telling us that you're mature enough to have a mature conversation and present everything with your dad, and you guys can have a conversation that you can support one another in this direction, and that he understands where you are and he can be there to support you in your decision once he understands why you're making this decision, or he can articulate to you what his concerns are, where you can then hear out what his concerns are before you make that choice, to make sure that you guys responsibly, because of the relationship that you have, daughter, dad, that it's in the best interest of you, because he's not looking at his best interests. I don't think that's he's not waiting for, because you're going to cook him dinner that night. Unless that's what your relationship is, that you are the cook and cleaner of the house, and that's the important thing, which I hope is not the case. That his real concern is just your welfare, and to make sure that you are making the best choice for your development, and that you're going to have a happy and healthy relationship, and you're going to grow and continue to grow in safety.
And just sitting down, approaching a conversation from a stance like that, just coming in, being honest with your intentions,
Purely.
Talking about your feelings. I don't think we need to worry about disappointing.
No. I think if you take the responsible direction on how you approach it, then yeah, you're mature enough to have the conversation. You're mature enough maybe to show him that this is a good plan. Without that, being sneaky, being, afraid and not coming to tell the truth, or try to hide behind something to manipulate the win, that's a sign of immaturity and not maturity. And you have to come at this with the respect of maturity, with the reality of it.
I think that's perfect.
I'm going to tell Morgan I'm looking at moving out. Bear the facts to her dad and have a conversation, again, in calmness, and not out of, passion, but out of responsibility.
Right, and making a more calculated and less emotional decision, maybe.
Right.
Because it is a big decision.
It could be huge. Again, you're not trying to manipulate your father. You're trying to share it with him because he's only interested in one thing: your growth. And don't be afraid to have a conversation with your dad. The more open you are with him, the more direct you are with him, the better your relationship, the more responsive, and the stronger your relationship will grow and bloom. Look, Morgan and I have never not really been, well, there was one time I found alcohol in the car when she was 6. I was not very happy about that. But I didn't blow up. I just decided to fill the bottle with Tabasco sauce.
It didn't work.
Good play. Yeah, and I think...
And then when she called me, why'd you put Tabasco sauce in my Jaeger? I said, what are you talking about? You have Jaeger?
I want to be on a fly on the wall for that.
It was a good time.
Go ahead.
Back to it, I think having that open dialogue with a parent can lead to you just absorbing. You can learn so much more. I think you can have a different bonds, like you were saying.
And by the way, he'll learn too.
Right.
It's not just you learning. He's going to learn, and you're both going to grow from the experience. I grow every day from the experiences I learn from Morgan. Every day. So I let it roll. I mean, I'm here in this chair because of it.
Yeah. And even if this is coming at a much younger age, then maybe your dad is the one who can say, this may not be right. And you can learn through a conversation with him and opening up to think, okay, yeah, maybe this isn't right. Maybe it has nothing to do with the boyfriend. Maybe it's just the general fact of moving out of the house at a younger age.
He may turn around and say, it is right.
Right.
It depends on just the way you guys have this conversation. So, but again, don't fear the conversation.
Exactly.
Don't run your life out of fear. Run your life out of being proactive and being open and communicative. That's the way to go through life. Not by being manipulative, not being forthwith, not being a fear, negativity. None of those are healthy. Come at it with a positive, responsible, and certainly clear dialogue.
I love that.